You're watching Seattle Seahawks Today, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones, your fearless leader, here with you. Thanks for joining us. We're going to break down the full list of players who have visited with the Seattle Seahawks and who are scheduled to among the free agent targets that are out there. We begin with the one that everybody knows, Teven Jenkins, offensive guard from the Chicago Bears, who began his career as a tackle, moved over to the guard spot, played a lot better in his last 3 seasons with the Chicago Bears. There are some injury concerns, but Seattle certainly could use all the help they can get on the offensive line at this point in time. With that said, Teven Jenkins left Seattle without a deal in place. That's not a great sign when it comes to bringing in Teven Jenkins. To kind of give an inside baseball perspective here, folks, when you bring these free agents in for a visit, if you want to sign them and have them on your team, in an ideal scenario, it doesn't always work out this way, but in an ideal scenario, you want them to sign right there and not take any visits elsewhere. Unfortunately, that's not what's happening with Teven Jenkins. Things could change, but it's not looking great, at least right now, in that circumstance. Another visit is Michael Gallup, the longtime Dallas Cowboys receiver, most recently played with the Las Vegas Raiders. He retired. Then he announced he was coming out of retirement, and he's looking for a new home. Michael Gallup, there's no way he's going to command much money. He is going to play for a very small amount wherever he goes, if he signs anywhere. It feels like a low-risk situation. I'm not going to sit here and say for certain that Michael Gallup even makes the team in training camp, but I don't see any issue with giving him a shot as one of the guys in the 90-man roster and see where he potentially goes from there. I don't think it's a bad idea to give Michael Gallup a chance. Another name, Lucas Patrick, who was most recently with the New Orleans Saints. He played under Clint Kubiak there in New Orleans in that offensive scheme, and this is somebody that did a pretty decent job there in that Saints offense last year, and he's been able to play multiple positions. Lucas Patrick, you're not going to have to break the bank for, might not be a bad idea for him. And then the last player on the list of visits includes Dillon Radunz, the offensive guard formerly of the Tennessee Titans. And he's another guy that is very flexible. He can play 4 positions on the offensive line, which you can't say too much about. And we've talked about it. It's been a constant theme on this program over the last several weeks that we're just looking for the best 5 guys to put on the offensive line. That whether it's positionless, that you're just trying to find the best 5 guys and make it work. And a guy like Radunz could potentially help you out in that sense of finding a spot and just letting him work. If you had to pick one to sign between these 4, who would you roll with? Would you rather go with Teven Jenkins, Lucas Patrick, Michael Gallup, or Dillon Radunz? Who would it be? Type TJ for Teven Jenkins, type LP for Lucas Patrick, MG for Michael Gallup, DR for Dillon Radunz. Weigh in the comment section. Let us know which one you would choose from. We are closing in on 65,000 subscribers here on Seattle Seahawks Today. Less than 300 away from reaching that next milestone. We are continuing to cover free agency as the second wave is upon us. We'll break down every single signing that happens for your Seattle Seahawks, whether we bring you a video here in studio, go live with our weekly live shows, or if it's something back home in the Jones Zone. We're going to cover it all here on the channel. And we're bringing you more content than ever before, sometimes 2 and 3 videos a day, in addition to our Q&A mailbags. This is your one-stop shop for all things Seahawks, the most comprehensive Seahawks channel on the internet. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/Seahawks TV. You'll be glad you did. All right, let's talk Teven Jenkins first off. Free agent, we mentioned most recently with the Bears, began his career with the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Pistols firing. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. The second-round pick was an all Big 12 selection out of OSU in 2021, and just prior to that 2021 draft, rather. And got off to a slow start there with Chicago, but then started to find his footing as he moved in the guard position. started a lot of games, 38 to be exact, with 45 career games played, but there is a bit of an injury issue with Teven Jenkins. And there's also been discussions that, hey, not only is there an injury issue, he's had problems making it through the entirety of games of playing every snap. But when he's out there, he's been good. His overall grade last season, solid, 75.4. Pass block grade, 75.8. Run block grade, 74.3. He gave up 4 sacks and was called for 4 penalties last year. But taking it a step further, he only allowed 1 hit in 12 hurries and was good in pretty much every one of the measurables. And of these visits that the Seahawks have had, he's at the top of my list. He is the number 1 target in my book that I would like to see Seattle sign. I think he is the best player that they are talking to, and you're not going to have to pay him a ton of money compared to how expensive the guard market has become. I would like to see the Seahawks find a way to bring in Teven Jenkins. We'll see. Up next is Michael Gallup, previously with the Las Vegas Raiders and the Dallas Cowboys. And he had a few good seasons in Dallas, 2 seasons with at least 800 yards receiving, 1 year where he had over 1,000 yards, a lot of experience, 86 career games played with 67 starts. However, he did not play a single snap in 2024. There's 2 ways to look at that. He could either be rusty or he could be fresh, one of the 2. Last time we saw him on the football field, he was getting anywhere between 418 to 445 yards and in that 34 to 39 catch range. If he could do that as your number 4 or number 5 receiver, I think that would be just fine. And it can't hurt, I think, to bring in Michael Gallup here, because if he's not up to speed, you don't have to guarantee him any money. Then you potentially move on from him before the season begins. I think that Michael Gallup would be more than welcome to come to Seattle and see if he still has something left in the tank at this point. Who's a player the Hawks should sign? Give me a name in the comments section that you would like to see in Seattle in 2025. Weigh in and let us know. I got new merchandise, my friends. You all been waiting for it. Cooper Kupp jerseys are on sale now with free shipping. Yes, you heard that right. Chatsports.com/Kupp is where you can get your Cooper Kupp jerseys. He will wear the number 10 in Seattle, the same number he wore with the Los Angeles Rams. You're going to want to get these now because they are going hot, and you want to take advantage of the free shipping. You will look like the coolest kid in town wearing a Cooper Kupp jersey of the hometown guy, somebody that is one of the new guys around here. You'll be looking fresh. You'll be looking dapper this season with a Cooper Kupp jersey. So you need to get one now. Chatsports.com/Kupp. Link is in the comments and description of today's video to get yours now. We also have other Seahawks merchandise available at that same link, including Sam Darnold jerseys as well. Chatsports.com/Kupp to get yours today. Let's tell you about Lucas Patrick now. He has played for 3 teams, including the New Orleans Saints, the Chicago Bears, and the Green Bay Packers. Has experience at both the guard and the center position. He's played in 107 career games with 64 starts in his career. And Lucas Patrick is not expected to cost whatever team he goes to a ton of money. And you look at the statistics last year in the 3 major categories, they weren't bad. 64.6 overall grade, 60.3 pass block grade, run block grade of 66.3. Didn't allow a sack, did get called for 6 penalties this past season. Also didn't allow a single hit as well. Did give up about 10 hurries on that front. I like the flexibility with Lucas Patrick. With the fact that he can play multiple positions, I can find a spot for him. Even if he just ends up being a backup. If he gets beat out, then that's fine too. That means that somebody else has stepped up to the table and he's pushing them to do their job better. I think Lucas Patrick makes a ton of sense to add to this team, and somebody that already knows the scheme that's worked well with Clint Kubiak. I like the idea of bringing him in. Who is your favorite addition that Seattle has made so far in NFL free agency? If you had to give me a name, Who would it be and why? Get in that comment section. Give me the name that comes to mind. Next up, we find Dillon Radunz, the former offensive guard from the Tennessee Titans. And I say offensive guard, but he's played both guard and tackle in this league. 54 career games played with 31 starts there, all with the Tennessee Titans. And this is somebody that's totally under the radar. From what I understand, Seattle is very interested in Dillon Radunz, that they liked what they saw, the scouting report, the information that they found on him. His grades overall, a 57.0. Pass block grade, much better than his run block grade, 63.9. And that run block grade there, a 53.6. He's another one similar to Lucas Patrick with the ability to play different positions. There's a spot for him somewhere on this team, especially as a guy that can play 4 spots, that has experience playing left tackle, left guard, right guard. He's done everything except play the center position. Who knows? Maybe he'll learn to snap or something. But for me, he's an intriguing under-the-radar guy that could fit what Seattle's looking to do on that front. Appreciate you joining us. We'll continue to stay up to date with everything going on here in NFL Free Agency on the channel. If any one of these guys sign or somebody else, we're going to be the first to react to it and give you our thoughts and analysis on the signing. So don't go anywhere. Subscribe now to Seattle Seahawks Today for free. YouTube.com/SeahawksTV. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.